Welcome to round 5 with green-red Eldrazi. This is a pretty much snap keep. We've got our fast mana plus threat. Turn 1 playing Eldrazi Temple on the off chance that we are lucky enough to draw a second copy of the card. Because that would be running really well. That does make this hand a little worse. We do get to deploy a 5/5 next turn, which is fine. Against our opponents, kind of generally do nothing-ish deck. If I get Arbiter... the variance on that card is just so high. It's just like Grizzly Bear or Strip Mine. Like, the lack of an in-between is kind of annoying. I can Strip Mine my opponent right back. However, I don't really think that's my game plan because I'm the one with the 7-drop in hand. Instead, I would like to just cast a 3/3. If it gets Path, it gets Path. Not a lot I could have done there. Yeah, so we're playing against the white-black Eldrazi deck. Opponent missed a land drop. Kind of interested in just strip mining my opponent now. Punished for my greed. Loosely punished, I guess. I still have a 3/3 holding off all of my opponent's creatures. 4 cards in my deck that instantly win the game. I have issues with this as Displacer. Yep. Kozilek's Return. So the question is, am I supposed to burn this to save life? I don't think it gets better for Endless One at this point, honestly. In this way, at least, if I get to Lightning Bolt next turn, I can kill the Displacer and still have blockers up. That was a waste. You just have onboard card that does that. That was a waste of a path on my opponent's part. So I'm just dead on board unless I hit. What can I hit? Not another land, unfortunately. Well, played some spells, I died. Cool. Not good, not good. This card's fine, and not good. Pithing Needle's fine. Not huge on Endless One against Eldrazi Displacer. I think that's about it. Do want a couple Endless Ones for Flashback Kozilek's Return, though. Pithing Needle's mostly going to go after Ghost Quarter and Aether Vial. It's possible my opponent's not full on Eldrazi. They might just have Displacer in their deck. This looks like a significantly better hand against my opponent's strategy than my previous one. Mostly because Lightning Bolt's just in it. But yeah, I would like to play my creature and get my temple into play. In theory, being able to double Lightning Bolt is not the worst thing. Okay, they're full on Eldrazi. Yeah, I don't mind just spewing 2 bolts at that. Just like get 2 for 1, but I'm probably gonna get 2 for 1 for that anyways. Sadly, there's no way to stack this such that they don't get to get my card. I'm fine attacking this into a potential Thalia. Big part of the reason for that is that even if this dies, like, if there's a Thalia in play, this card's not doing anything anyways. Sure, Sanctum's fine. Maybe I should have sandbagged Sanctum. What can I get punished for if I attack? Can't really think of anything that's horrifically punishing. I'd rather just force my opponent's action. Definitely possible my opponent's just on all air. Oh, Sear, Flicker Wisp. Well, probably just want to take a Sear. I guess they're going to try to draw step Thought Knot Sear me next turn. So I should probably just take a Sear. Kind of shocked there's not just a Flicker Wisp in play. Boom. One-for-one trades acceptable. Now yeah. So this is exactly what I was talking about in the deck tech. Now there's just like a dead Aether Vial on the battlefield. Like, I don't really know what we're getting at here. And yeah, now that my opponent's got a terrible Aether Vial, I'm just gonna KO up Caves of Coleus. I guess my opponent has trash in hand, so I should probably... This is interesting. Yeah, my opponent just taking a ton of damage off of their lands is fine too. I'd rather just like get rid of their chance of getting an actual magic card. Yeah, this card's just now just on the battlefield doing nothing. Like, this is just not how you build an Aetherfile deck. It's not like Merfolk, where when you put Aetherfile to 4 and then tap it to put Master of the Waves onto the battlefield, your opponent just dies. Like, that doesn't happen with Thought-Knots here. It's just a magic card. It's just a good one, but it doesn't, like, make 20 power or whatever Master of Waves usually does. Okay, well, you probably should have exiled and reset your own Aetherfile there. Really? Sandbagging that doesn't help me. I do not know my opponent's last card correct. What are they going to flicker? They can flicker their flicker. They actually were supposed to have attacked, flickered their flicker, and then on end step, this comes back and I'm not able to attack with my World Breaker. But that was an acceptable top deck. Cool. Fireball. Actually, you know what? This card is not atrocious in the matchup. It kills Sculler and Aethervile. It's not good, but it's not atrocious. The question is whether I care more about killing Sculler or stopping Displacer / Ghost Quarter. I think the answer is Ghost Quarter or Displacer. I think this is fine. Maybe this. I like the needle. I like having the less cards in your deck that die to Eldrazi Displacer in the Displacer matchups, the better, usually. This looks fine. It's not great, but it'll do. That was a pretty good draw. I think I'm supposed to Stirrings on one and try to find some more action. Yeah, let's just smash, bash, crash. I don't think World Breaker's very good here. Probably just going to get Arbitered right out of the game. Opponent's supposed to take this here. I guess if they take this and I play Temple, they can kind of keep me off of mana with Ghost Quarters. But that doesn't sound very exciting. I think I'm just supposed to play as if I don't get Arbitered. Well, not getting Arbitered. That's for sure. I think I want the painless red source. I don't know why my opponent didn't wait till their turn to see if they drew Arbiter. Can't imagine that this is not the correct play. Just going to throw Smashers at my opponent until they die. Oh, wow. They just had nothing that turn? That's impressive. What is the Nightmare? Well, I don't have exile cards. Oh, that was the nightmare. They could have Wasteland Strangler targeting itself in response, Flicker Wisp my Reality Smasher off the Aether Vial. This card does get better in multiples. I will not deny that. I think the fourth one is probably worse than the third one because they are just dead by the time the fourth one enters the battlefield. Fine with... Yeah, they actually should have... They could have traded Wasteland Strangler for Flicker Wisp here. And instead... Or for not Flicker Wisp. They could have traded Wasteland Strangler for Reality Smasher here. And instead, they now just traded Wasteland Strangler and Flicker Wisp for Reality Smasher. So yeah, Wasteland Strangler targeting itself is a actual valid thing that occurs. That's also another way to exile or to unexile Ancestral Vision. Is you can Wasteland Strangler target itself. That is. I think other cards should probably show up here. But yeah. Well, I think that was a straight up 5-0 actually, right? Yeah. Jeez.